Here comes Elena for the Wildcats. Inside pitch called for ball one. So Elena steps back in. She'll hit that one over to the first baseman, who will tag the bag for out number 3.
Tony.
So Wildcats starting off pretty sluggish with their bats so far. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeout, and the rest of them all hit to second base. Or Hadley was the only one that got on with a drop strike 3. So going to have to play a little offense after we play a little bit of defense here today. If the Wildcats were to win this one, they would turn around and basically just keep playing the rest of the day on this field, so we wouldn't have to change fields. Just one of those things to where if you're working your way through the losers bracket, you've got a lot more games to play, and we would need to win 4 more after this one to get to the championship, which I believe is going to take place tonight around 9:30. Most of the games have been rain delayed all day today. Wildcats were supposed to play at 9:30 this morning, and they said, no, it's going to be at 11. And they said, no, it's going to be at 1:15. And they said, no, it's going to be at 2. And so here we are at 3:15 is when we got underway. Maybe a little bit before then, about, I would say 3:05 maybe. They've been running a little bit early now that they've started back. Mississippi Havoc was playing before this game over the Yankees. Yankees won that one. So now the Wildcats will have to continuously win all of their games throughout the rest of today to make sure that they win the national championship. So we'll see what the plan is for today. Wildcats going to suit up to play defense right now. So this will be the bottom of the second for the Wildcats. Wildcats trail 1-0. This is Avery. Pitch called high for ball 1. Wildcats have been sitting in the hit in the back by a pitch. Had all our minutes to drive to our hotel and 40 minutes to drive back. So we just kept not knowing if we had enough time. Great throw from Peyton Johnson behind the plate, something she's working on this season.
Good throw, PJ.
So a nice out from PJ.
Get out now.
Strike 1 to Cashlin. She'll hit that one to the shortstop. Kyler Taylor misses it. Devin there for backup, throws it in quickly, so it's just a base hit. Here comes Brooklyn for the invasion. Wildcats trail 1-0. You lose this game, you go home. You lose any game after this game, you go home. We are playing in the losers bracket of a double elimination tournament. Wildcats took their first loss yesterday. Foul ball, tipped back to the Invasion dugout. Several of the Wildcat families were planning on making the drive back today, but that's when we thought we'd be overplaying at a normal hour, like 6 o'clock in the evening. Ball hit once again up the middle that will drop in for a base hit. Devin Poff keeps it in front out there. So runners on first and second for the Invasion. Looks like most of us are going to be staying the night now just because we're hoping and planning on winning. And that would mean these games don't get over till around 10:30 at night. First pitch called for a ball. Inside pitch called for a ball. Stella Malwick celebrated her birthday yesterday. She's in the circle today. All the Wildcats had a big swim party for her at the beach. Pizza and cupcakes. So some good team fun there last night. Ball hit once again up the middle for a base hit. Rounding third. She decides she'll stay put. Ball gets by PJ, but Stella's going to make sure the cover is there, so the runner will stay put at third. Just one out here for the Wildcats with the bases loaded. That's going to bring up Kinley. I believe we're going to have a pitching change as Corey's going to come in and take over. One to 0 the score. Wildcats trail. 1, 2, 3, 4 base hits at the last 4 batters for the Invasion. First time the Wildcats matched up with the Invasion was on Monday of this week. The Wildcats won that one 3-1. Then lost to the Coastal Wolverines 2-6 yesterday. And making our way through the losers bracket, we went over the GA Power 6-3. And here we are today playing the Invasion fast pitch once again. Corey Burson will be warming up. For the Wildcats. So Corey's warmed up and ready to go here. Kinley's going to step into the batter's box. Wildcats need an out. Strike call for Corey. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2. Ball hit over foul. Stay foul in right field. Inside pitch called for a strike.
Nothing by you.
Outside pitch called for a ball. Base is still loaded for the Invasion. Do have 2 outs right now. Wildcats looking to get out of this inning.
There you go, Corey.
That one's too low for a ball. PJ does a good job keeping that one in front. Ball hit foul once again over to right field. Two the count here to Ansley. She'll hit that one over to shortstop. Kyler picks it up, makes the throw. Out is the call, thankfully, for out number 3. So the Wildcats do get out of that inning. The Wildcats hold the Invasion here. 1-0 is the score. Invasion is the home team. So yesterday we were playing 75-minute games, but because of all the rain delays, all these games today will be 60 minutes long. So that should pick up the pace a little bit, get it going a little bit quicker, as we were supposed to start playing. Everybody's supposed to start playing at 9:30, but all the games have been rained out for all of the ages throughout this whole tournament. So now we're trying to make up a little bit of ground by making the games back to 60 minutes instead of 75. So it should move things around a little bit quicker. But once again, the championship slated to be at 9:30 tonight. So should the Wildcats win this one, they will move on, play the next game, move on to play the next game, move on to play the next game. Then, and only then, will we be at the championship. So I mentioned Wildcats had a beach pool party last night for Stella Malwick. It was her 11th birthday. So that was fun. I went and ate a dozen raw oysters at a place called Sharky's yesterday. That was really, really good, too. Had some crab cakes. I mean, if you're in the Gulf of Mexico, you should at least eat seafood, right? So we've had some good food here today. Starting things off for the Wildcats will be Sadie Lanier. Followed by Corey Burson.
There you go, Sadie.
So Lanier's going to step in here and get ready. First pitch gets by the catcher for ball 1. Pitch on the way to Lanier. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 the count here to Lanier. Strike call for strike 2 to Sadie Lanier.
Be aggressive, Sadie. You got it. Head down, babe.
No outs. Wildcats trail 1-0 over the Alabama Invasion. Sadie's going to hit that one over to third base. She's got a little bit of time, thrown way over the first baseman's head. So now Lanier going to take 2. Decides she will stand up there at 2. So nice hit from Sadie Lanier. Here comes Corey Burson for the Wildcats. Pitch on the way to Corey. Bunt attempt laid down. So pretty. Throw's going to be hard and over, and they'll tag her for out number 1. But Corey does her job there and advances Sadie Lanier to third base. Here comes Devin Poff. So 1 out, 1-0 is the score. Wildcats trail. This is the top of the third. Devin will hit one over, almost knock out Stella. Devin will foul off the second one as well. This one will stay out of the park. So we'll get a new ball to come on in, and Devin will roll on back.
Dev, you got 2. Protect.
Ooh. Devin, for the second day in a row, gets hit by a pitch. Yesterday, she got drilled in the head by the pitcher in the helmet. This one looks like it would hurt more today. Here comes Stella for the Wildcats. Invasion wants a second to talk about it. Pitcher for the Invasion been doing a fantastic job. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts so far. I think they wanted to just make sure she's calmed down after hitting somebody. Usually that rattles the pitchers just a little bit. She says, I'm good to go, and so here we go. So Stella Malwick will come on back and get ready. 1 out, 1-0 is the score. Wildcats over the Invasion today. Invasion winning so far, but this is just the top of the third.
There you go, Stella. Work, Stella, work.
Bunt attempt laid down will be a foul ball. Bunt attempt for 2 goes foul as well. So Stella's got 2 strikes on her now. Have to guard the plate. Be ready.
Watch it. Head down, babe.
Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2. Back to the top of the lineup we go with Kyler Taylor. Kyler, Crossley, KJ, and Payson all struck out their first at bat, but hopefully now they've got their timing for this pitcher, and we'll have better results this time. First bunt's going to be called a strike on Taylor. So Taylor's going to get the sign. Go back in to get ready. Wildcats have 2 outs here with Taylor at the bat. See if she checked. They'll say she pulled back in time for a ball. Kyler's going to get ready and step back in here. She'll hit one out to center field. Ooh, wow, what a great catch from the second baseman. That was a fantastic catch. You can't take anything away from that. So she hustled and got that one, made a backwards catch, so we'll give her that. So still 0-1, Wildcats trail. Wildcats working their way through the losers bracket here at the National Championship in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Most of the teams staying in the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area. We're playing in Foley, Alabama, where we have realized this is a different kind of heat. I mean, Oklahoma folks, we know it gets hot in Oklahoma. Like, it'll even get up to 110 and feel hot. But the weirdness of this heat is the humidity almost chokes you out. Like, you just literally, you can't hardly move or breathe very well out in this. Today, it's been better because it's certainly much cooler. We've had a lot of hotter temperatures than we've seen today, but it is incredibly muggy. As I mentioned, it's been raining most of the day up here. Wildcats were supposed to take the field at 9:30 this morning, but it was pouring down at that time. A lot of big rain. So most of the games delayed. I think the first game played here at this field in Foley, Alabama was at 2 o'clock. So most everybody that was supposed to play at 8 didn't get to play until 2. If you were supposed to play at 9, you didn't get started until 3. So that's why everything's running so far behind. But as I mentioned, this is a double elimination tournament. Wildcats working their way through the losers bracket. So they would need to win this game and the next 4 after it to be the national champions, and that's the goal here for us today. But the Wildcats are going to have to turn it on a little bit harder than they are right now. Thankfully, our magical Starlink showed up, thanks to Chris Johnson bringing it and putting it up for us. So now we have good service here at the ballpark. Otherwise, it's been so crazy, you guys. You would think at this point most places would have good cell service and good internet service, but they do not here in Foley, Alabama. Really, all the way through Mississippi and Alabama, we did not have good service. So we were a little bit worried about it, so when we got here, we'd made a plan. Hooked up with Chris Johnson, and he was able to get the broadcast on for us, because we know that all the grandmas and grandpas and aunts and uncles and sisters and siblings and family folks that couldn't make it, we know that you guys want to be a part of it, and we love you being a part of it. Pitch called for ball 2. This is Abby batting, the pitcher. It's called too high for a ball. Strike call from Burson. Ball 4 called to Abby, so she will take a walk. Here comes Charlie. Charlie had a hit to shortstop, but got thrown out by Kyler Taylor, her last at bat. 1-0 the score. Wildcats trail. That one's going to be a foul ball for strike one. Bursting in the circle, pitch on the way. High pop fly over to first, but with the catch. Here comes Ella. Hit to second base, her last at bat to Hadley French. Hadley French threw her out on first. Attempt will be foul, and PJ with the catch for out number 2. So that'll bring up Avery with 2 outs. Wildcats trail 1-0. I not see when the game started. Strike call. These games, once again, 60 minutes long. The games yesterday were 75 minutes long, but because of the rain delays and all the delays, they made the game shorter by 15 minutes, which is helpful. We don't hardly ever play 75-minute games in Oklahoma at any of our tournaments. Usually 65 minutes is the longest those tournament games get. And especially out in this heat and humidity, ain't nobody trying to play longer. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 and out 3. Hey, Blue. All right, so this game started at 2:57, which means it will be over in 10 minutes. So the Wildcats got to get some bats going right here. Loser of this game goes home. This is a loser's bracket. Winner is going to move on and play another game and another game and another game and another game, and then we will be at the championship game. I think they're set to wrap it up around 9:30 is what the way they've adjusted the bracket. So basically, if you just win, you just keep on playing. Nice thing about today is it's much easier to play in this weather than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was stifling hot. Today it's hot, but we did get some rain, and we've got a little bit of cloud cover, so the clouds roll through, and we've got a pretty good breeze going here as well. There was like an 85% chance of rain most of the day. It rained quite a bit last night here in Foley, so they had to work on the fields. We almost I thought when we were coming up here these were turf fields, but they're actually not. I don't know if you guys can see, but these are dirt and grass fields, so they do not hold water as well. But they look good. They look good. They've been graded with their tractors and got all of that going, so field's in pretty good shape. Wildcats just going to have to get these bats going. I believe Crossley Marple is going to be up. Marple struck out her last at bat, so she's hoping for something better this time. One to 0 is the score. Wildcats trail over the Alabama Invasion. They are from a local team here from Loxie, Alabama. So they, in theory, would have the advantage because they're used to playing in this weather, right? Wildcats are used to playing in the heat, but not the heat like this. However, this has been a fun trip for the Wildcats. They've got to do a lot of fun things as a team, go to the beach, lots of swimming, lots of hanging out, lots of softball that isn't even on the field. We were playing with a wiffle ball. So Crossley Marple going to step in, hoping to get things started for the Wildcats here this afternoon. First pitch on the way, too high for a ball.
Hey, back up. There you go, right there. Right back foot.
That one's too low for a ball.
Hey, step towards her. Load up, back up. Head down.
That one's going to be called an outside strike. He does like the corner here today. That's okay. We like the corner too. We just have to know what they're going to call and adjust accordingly. 1 strike, 2 balls for Crossley here. She'll knock that one over to shortstop, see if she can run it out. She is out. Here comes Kinsley Johnson. KJ also struck out her last at bat. She has another opportunity here today. Get things started for the Wildcats with 1 out. Inside pitch called for a ball. Once again, the Wildcats are not the home team, so we will not be able to bat last. The Invasion is the home team. Right now, the Wildcats trail, and we have 6 minutes left to play. Strike call to KJ.
Here we go. Here we go, KJ. Watch it, babe.
Swing and a miss for strike 2 to KJ. One out. Wildcats trail 0-1.
Inside corner.
Game started at 2:57. These games are 60 minutes long. KJ will hit that one up to second base. Throw made for out number 2. All right, we're going to see what Payson Moorman can do for the Wildcats. She also struck out her last at bat. First 4 batters for the Wildcats struck out last time, so all looking for something better. They've all made contact this time, just unfortunately have not been able to connect the ball well enough to get on base. But they do have their timing down now. Pop fly will go out. Well, actually going to stay in, bop off the netting there.
There you go, Payson.
Popped up once again. Catcher makes an attempt, but it does not go.
You got 2 on you, Payson. Protect.
Too high for a ball there, Payson. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out 3. So the Wildcats have 3 minutes. So it looks like we have 2 minutes left to play. I don't know if they're going to... I don't know if they're going to let us play another inning or if the umpires are going to call it. We have 3 minutes right now. Unfortunate thing is, even if they bat, we don't get to bat again if game expires. So, once again, since they're trying to stay on time and we've been so far behind, Wildcats aren't the home team, so they will not be afforded another bat. So right now, unless we just go 3 up, 3 down incredibly fast, which I don't think is actually going to be possible because their coaches are going to tell them, don't do that. Let's waste a little time. It's going to be hard to get through that, but we'll see what happens here. That one's a foul ball. I think we're supposed to turn the music off while we're batting. Umpires got on to us earlier about that. There's a base hit out to right field. Ball thrown in quickly. Here comes Brooklyn. Brooklyn had a base hit to center, her last at bat as well. There's another hit out to center for another base hit.
Hey, you want to go give those to Anna? Anna will give you some and she can share with you. Go give them to Anna.
So that seems to be where they like to play. It's right out to center as Cashlin and Brooklyn. Both 2 hits to center.
Hey, go give those to Anna and Anna will open them for you.
So see, this is what I was talking about wasting time. We're going to waste a little bit of time and talk to the batter because right now it's 3:56 and the game expires at 3:57. Inside pitch called for a strike.
Hey, let's go, B1.
Foul tip back to us. That one's too low for a ball. So Wildcats trail 1-0, and that's the ball game, folks. So the Wildcats will drop that one. That's going to be as far as we get this year in nationals, but it's been a fun experience. Wildcats will be moving up to 12U. And that's where we'll see you guys next year as we get ready. Wildcats fall to the Alabama Invasion 0-1 in nationals. Thank you guys for joining us and following along.